Hey guys, it's Janie. Welcome back to the Crafting Bookworm. It is time for my September wrap-up. Okay, welcome back everyone. Welcome to my new subscribers. Thanks to all of you for your continued support. I appreciate it so much. So I read 4 books in the month of September, which is pretty normal for me. I try to get 1 book at least read in a week. So the first book that I read was The Smoky Corridor. This was book 3 in the Haunted Mystery series by Chris Grabenstein. And in this one we follow Zach per normal, and he's going back to school. But he's in a different school than he would normally be in, and it's involving more ghosts and even zombies in this one. Just the fluidity of the story is fantastic. It is a middle grade series, and I really enjoyed it. And I don't know, I think I might be looking for more stuff by Chris Grabenstein and see what I can get into. And then the second book that I read was The Black Heart Crypt, also by Chris Grabenstein, also in the Haunted Mystery series. This one is Halloween, and so when Halloween comes, all the spooks are out. There's ghosts everywhere, but they're not there to talk to Zach. They're there to hurt Zach, pretty much, in this story. And again, the fluidity. I love to have a story that has nice flow to it, great characters, and a great plot. So I really enjoyed this series as a whole. I do have a series review on my channel if you're interested in that. So go check that out. But yeah, it was really good series. I really enjoyed it. The third book that I read was called Her 3 Lives, and this one is by Kate Hallahan. I also have a review of this on my channel, but in this story we are following Jade, and Jade is an influencer, social influencer with her blog, and she is now a fiance of Greg, who is a very successful architect. His family thinks that he's just going through a midlife crisis, and that's why he's with Jade, and none of them like Jade. They look at her as a gold digger, and, you know, she's just there for the money. Well, one night, they were expecting deliveries for the nursery because Jade is pregnant. And so Greg, not really thinking anything of it, answers the door, and they get flooded with these bad guys. And they harm both Greg and Jade, but Greg gets the worst end of it. He gets hit in the head, and it puts him in a coma for months. They took only one thing, and that was Jade's engagement ring, because she would kind of, you know, show it, post pictures on her blog and stuff like that, and they're thinking that that might be, you know, they were there to rob them, but nothing else was taken. So the family is pointing their fingers at Jade, you know, thinking she had something to do with it, and, you know, they're like dot to Greg all the time, and he starts to believe it. And I really end up not liking Greg at all, because I feel like some of the things he says and does is just kind of unforgivable. But Jade, she toughs it out. She sticks with it. She has to prove her innocence, you know, to her husband all the time. And she feels like he's hiding some things as well. So it's kind of, you know, going back and forth between the two of them, except she just doesn't get accusatory to her fiance Greg. So the story goes on from there, trying to figure out what's going on. I had no idea what was going on. I had no idea what to expect. The flow was very well. The characters were fantastic. even the ones that you love to hate, they were written very well also. And yeah, just the plot and everything was fantastic in this book. And that one I rated 5 stars along with the first two that I talked about. The last book of the month that I read was Akata Witch, and this is by Nettie Okorafor, is how I think you say that name. And in this book, we're following mostly Sunny, but she's got some friends, Orlu, Chi-Chi, and Sasha. It takes place in Nigeria, and Sunny discovers she has magical abilities, which was really kind of surprising because neither her mother or father have any of these abilities. Sunny was born in the United States, and she was there until she was 9, and they moved back to Nigeria, where her father was born, and that's when she just starts discovering that she's got magic abilities. She was already friends with Orlu, and Orlu never mentioned anything because she never mentioned anything. And then he introduces her to Chi-Chi, and they kind of had some bantering back and forth, but they become pretty good friends. And then Sasha is thrown into the mix, who was also born in the States, and he got sent away from by his uncle because he was getting into trouble. So they sent him here to Nigeria to people they know there to kind of straighten him out. So that's pretty much a rundown of the 4 kids. They all end up having to work together to take down a serial killer who came from the States and is now in Nigeria. He's called the Black Hat Killer, and he is kidnapping children, and they're being found dead. Some are alive, but just aren't the same. And so now these kids have to bring him down and stop him. But in the story, I found that it came a little late in the story. It was like right at the, like maybe the last 50 pages of the book. And I really wanted more about that part, but you don't get it till like the very end of the book. And I also felt like the ending was rushed. It was pretty rushed. Unless that's just my take on it. I did like the flow of the story. I did like these kids. They were ranged from the ages of 12 to 17, these 4. And they're sent out to go catch a serial killer. And I thought that was pretty out there as well. But we find that a lot in fantasy stories. So I guess it's to be expected to some degree. But other than, like the late start for the Black Hat Killer and the rushed feeling of it, the story was decent. It had good flow, so that's a big positive for me. I ended up rating that one 3.5 stars. I wanted to be able to give it more, but we'll see. It could change once I read the other 2 books, being Akata Warrior and Akata Woman. And we just happen to be going to our used bookstore this month, so I will go check and see if I can find those. But those were the 4 books that I read in the month of September. Another very good reading month for me. I've really been enjoying these books that I've been choosing, 3 of which came from that haul that I got from the Denton Library from the little bookstore. And I still have 3 more over there to read, so I'm going to try to work on that. But right now, we're doing a family read between my 2 nieces and my other sister. And we're reading Murder Road by Simone St. James. And so far, it's pretty good. So be on the lookout for a review of that one. But I think that's all that I have to cover with you guys today. If you've read any of these books, then please let me know what your thoughts are on those books down in the comments below, because I'd really like to hear your thoughts. If you just want to comment to me what you read in September, that would be fantastic as well. I love to get comments from you guys. And don't forget to smash that like button. That is always appreciated when I get the likes, and it really helps my channel. So yeah, I think that's it. That's all I've got for you today. I'm going to stop rambling now and I'm going to wrap this up. So thanks for staying tuned and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.